Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. A space that started on time. This is not a wonky space. We gotta change the fucking name immediately. Have to
Dude,
change the name
I knew you were gonna say
immediately.
something about that. I knew you were gonna say something about the fact that it started actually like on time versus
Yeah, I literally just finished heating up food. Figured I had at least another 5-10 minutes.
No, man. I mean, hey, I won't lie. I was running it a little bit close, getting back from picking up some lunch, but somehow got back, ate everything in time, and we're good to go. So
Who
I
the
just
fuck
need
is
to.
this guy?
I know, crazy man, crazy the level of just productivity slash focus difference that there is when you're not focused on just managing a position 24/7.
Yes.
There's
Unfortunately, I have not managed anything for the past since St. Pete. I pretty much was just like, well, these are my bags. Let it cook.
I mean, is
And
it unfortunate or fortunate? Like,
very unfortunate. I am down a lot. I am down massively, and something has to be wrong with me
well,
mentally because I
but
feel nothing. I
the
feel
question
absolutely
though,
nothing.
Rooster, is, you know, and I know I get where a lot of these bags and how much they're down since May, but there's a decent chance could have been down even worse had you tried to manage it.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. My boys have been cooking. They've been absolutely fucking cooking.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, one way or the other, I would say that is part of the reason why it was a little bit easier to start on time. So one way or the other, we're here. We're gonna find, the market's gonna start cooking for us. I actually really do feel confident about this. I was talking about it on the space yesterday. I think that's like the pivot point. Yesterday it was the capitulation slash flush that I've been waiting for. And I've been talking about expecting something like this for a couple months. Yes, it would have been nice to have been positioned like that, but at the same time, man, I mean, like I just feel this real peace of you know where we are, what's happened, and then what we have coming up through the end of the year, right? Like I kind of like right now. It feels I get that it's not quiet because of what just happened, but it still does feel like the real quiet before the storm, right? Where you just have this opportunity where everything feels down, everything feels whatever, to just kind of hunker down, work your ass off, and be ready for whenever that pivot back up does happen.
Bro, I need ETH to do something. I have these soy boys in my DMs every day. I didn't even wake up, take my morning shit yet before I had people telling me to check the Soul ETH chart. Like, I'm not even kidding. I need ETH to do something.
I feel that, man. Dude, I'm about to drop 1 second. I'm terrible at multitasking. I still haven't tweeted out the space yet that it started. What should the giveaway criteria for this space be? I like that contest that we did last week. That was a really like easy way of definitively deciding who got it. The stonk.
I think some criteria was you cannot have sold an NFT in 90 days. If you have sold any NFT in 90 days, you are automatically disqualified from winning a song.
um, I think that would disqualify a decent amount of. Actually, I mean, there are a lot of people that are going to enter that haven't even had a that probably don't even own an NFT. But uh
Definitely disqualified. If you own 0 NFTs, definitely disqualified.
Let's see. Let's see. What is the price of Tether going to be in 24 hours? I'm just kidding. Um, what will the Sol ETH ratio be in 24 hours?
Fuck off.
I think the chart looks good though. The Sol E chart.
It does if you have a lot of Sol.
Don't get me wrong. I do have a good chunk of my portfolio in Sol. It's nowhere near the majority of the percent. Um, but I've just been a very vocal ETH enjoyer, and so that has brought the negative attention from the other side. And I need some ammunition at some point here. Like, I'm taking these on the chin, but I need to get something to throw back. Like,
Rooster, what exactly have you been enjoying on ETH?
Not feeling mentally deranged.
Oh, okay. That's actually a good utility.
Yeah, and I would say at one point I would have said less Jeets, but I don't even know at this point. They're just like not as right in front of your face, right? It doesn't. You don't think it comes with it. Now we have Vitalik G0 as well. He did this before. It was obviously to be expected, but dude, I honestly think he hates his own creation at this point. It seems like he's trying to nuke ETH. I don't know what he's doing, man.
If I was him, that's exactly what I would do.
Sorry, 1 second, y'all. I'm almost done sending out this tweet.
Yeah, I just finished my morning pizza, so I thought.
What are you giving away a stonk?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You could not
I'm
have
just
sold an
gonna do it
NFT in
That's
easy.
the
nice.
past 90 days.
I'm just gonna do one of the easy. If you guys go up, if you're listening right now and you want a chance to win the stonk, just go up to that top, like and retweet it, and make sure you're actively listening. By the end of the space, I'm gonna do basically there are these things you copy and paste the URL to a tweet, and anybody that's liked it, you know, you can go through and it'll automatically just pick somebody from you from the wheel. Once I get a name from that, I'm gonna make sure you're in the audience. And yeah, if you're in the audience, you win. If not, I just spin for somebody else. So that's simple. I'll also make sure you gave it a retweet too. I'll make sure you do both. So, but yeah, simple enough. So if you want to win a free stonk, it may take me a week to deliver it to you, but it's always going to show up. So, I felt bad for that poor dude. After the last space, I completely blanked for a while, and eventually I did remember, and I got it to him. But I mean, it happens. It's just one of those things where I do get the stonks to people. It's not a question of if. It is a matter of when. There might be a 1 week vesting period. There might be a 1 minute vesting period, depending on the day, depending on the week. I think I'm going to be a little bit more efficient this time around, but you never know, right? It's a little bit of a roll of the dice.
Shouts out to Brub
Also,
for not DMing me though for the stonk after you were radio silent.
if you're in the audience, you want to join the space. Basically, we just talk about NFTs. We talk about the state of the market. We bullshit about life. Because at the end of the day, the unfortunate state of NFTs at the moment is, they're quiet, right? It's unfortunate, but depending on your perspective, I think can also be, you're early. That's all you are. You're not late. You're early to this cycle. So there's a lot of opportunity with that as well. So if you want to bounce your questions and just join that conversation, feel free to hit the request button. We'll bring some of y'all up. If not, enjoy just listening to us bullshit for the next couple of hours. Actually, I say couple of hours. I've got 70 minutes tops, Rooster, from here. But I mean, That's a long time. And I'm also, the other cutoff that I have is I am not putting the phone on ice this time, the old phone. So if it just randomly overheats, that's also the end of the space. If we just randomly get rugged. So yeah. Anyway, Rooster, talk me through you and what you were going through yesterday during the crash. Was it enough for you to feel anything?
Uh, no, and I think something might be wrong with me because I should probably have felt. Um, I mean, I've been getting chipped away at for the past couple months, so it's just another stab. But yeah, I've absolutely felt nothing. I would say I probably am mentally deranged at this point. I'm comfy in my bags. Probably too comfy because paper trading the market over the past couple months, I would have done extremely well if I wasn't married to my bags. That's one thing. That's probably my biggest downfall is like not being cutthroat with my bags. And it's I've paid the price for it, but I do believe in them. Not necessarily trying to be a community member, but I do, put my money where I vocally support. And please, if anyone else would just buy my bags after me, that would really turn things around.
I feel you on that. If I at like a couple months back didn't think I was Bitcoin Jesus and go full tilt on leverage, I would have nailed a lot of these moves as well. So, like, it's the most, the frustrating part when you go through all of this. Yeah, like I don't, I've talked through this on Spaces. I don't give a shit. Tweet what you want. I kind of nailed a lot of the recent moves, and you know, basically you have positions that are on too high a leverage, you get shaken out. So that happened like basically a month ago. And I've been kind of sidelined the last month. Basically, I've had the discipline to say I am not going to do any trading for a period of time. Also, lack of capital. Really lack of spare capital to trade. But I've also just said, hey, I'm taking a step back. I'm going to view the market objectively, and really just spend the extra time that I would be spending managing, micromanaging these positions, and just do what I can to be able to prepare myself for the real bull market when we trend back up, right? So, like again, shit happens. But I also think things happen for a reason, man. Like sometimes, with this again, like I am actually super, super optimistic yesterday. And again, this may be a byproduct of not being positioned the way I want to be positioned. I was loving it, man. Like, it hurt, but at the same time, like, I think maybe that's why my calls have also been a little bit better over the past, like, past stretch, is just because I have been able to view the market a little bit more objectively as well. But man, I am hyped. Like a lot of people that have not been around for a while, I've seen people that, last cycle was their first cycle. They're like, ooh, bro, that was May of 2021. And I don't get what you're saying by that was May of 2021. If that's May of 2021, you're basically saying, hey, this cycle's nearly over. We might have like one little last fake out pump left. But dude, we haven't even hit price discovery yet. Like the real bull market hasn't even kicked off. So we're in a good spot, man. Like think about where punks were. And I think we're like early fall, late summer of 2020, Rooster. What NFTs, what conversations can you like? I don't even know. Were you around in late 2020? You were, right?
Yeah, I wasn't. I was observing NFTs at that point in time, though. I
Well,
was
I mean, what NFTs were there? Like there was like punks, and
right.
punks weren't really doing anything in late 2020 because I like NFTs, in my opinion, punks kind of sparked it, but then they really got going around the time of Top Shot. And then after that, you started to get the craze of like the mint craze and everything else started to, pick up. But it wasn't until, spring of 2021 when things started to heat up, summer of 2021 until they really heated up. Like fall of 2020 is when there was the whisper of these, the historic project. And it started to build up a little bit of traction in the trenches, but nobody on the timeline was talking NFTs.
Nope. I think I had seen on CT at that point in time maybe one or two punks as like a PFP maybe in like that point in time, and they were, I don't even remember what accounts they were. I don't think there were any large accounts at all. I think it was pretty much no name accounts. But I was full on for the tech back then. I was like, oh, how naive was I? Look at what we've become.
It's funny, man. I mean, like, I think everybody goes through those phases in crypto, or maybe not everybody, but a decent amount of people. Like, 2017, I was in it for the tech at the very beginning too. And it took a few months of prices doing what they did for it to quickly become me fixated on the prices. With the tech being the thing that drew me in, the prices got me to stay and then kind of turned me into degenerate gambler. And then you go through waves of each.
Yeah, that DeFi summer is what really made that transformation for me from tech to holy shit, you can get rich quick. And then started the gambling. I've taken no meaningful I've been in crypto. Well, granted, I was at the end of high school when I first got in 2016, 2017. So I had virtually no money and built up no positions. But I've never taken any meaningful profits, and I'm almost to the point of acceptance where it might not even be this cycle. It might be 2029. 2029, look out.
Yeah, dude, I won't lie. It's felt so weird the past month of just like rather than putting the money back on the table and gambling with anything I make, just taking whatever the money is and putting it in my bank account instead. Like actual money in the bank. It just feels so weird. It's such a foreign concept. Um, but it's refreshing, right? Like I think that's one thing that like this stretch is going to be really good for when things do pick up, because one thing in crypto that we talk about a lot is when things happen, they happen fast, right? So you go through stretches where you're flat for a long time, you're slightly down, and you're slightly bleeding out, but then you go through these waves where you just absolutely rip, your portfolio does. So I think being able to prepare yourself mentally to know how to take some off the table when that happens, it's important because I struggle just as much as you do, Rooster, of just wanting to leave all the chips on the table all the time, right? So again,
Oh, I
it's
don't
one.
struggle with it. I don't struggle with it at all. I am always 100% allocated.
Well, okay, then
And
then like that's what I'm saying. I say I struggle with it because I do it, right? Like, it's my nature. It's my nature. So that's why I think this stretch right now, especially where I'm looking at some trades and I'm like, oh shoot, like this volatility, man, like this volatility, like there's so many moves that I want to make right now. There's so many things I want to do. And having the discipline to just stay sidelined a bit more than I would like to during the volatility, I think, in the long run, it'll actually be more beneficial than anything else. Um, Yeah, like again, it's what makes right now where we are so exciting. So I am curious from an NFT perspective, dude, outside, like I saw Jack Butcher tweeted something out, about he's got another small mechanic that he threw in with the OPEP and stuff, but Dude, outside of that, like, can you really think of when was the last relevant mint that happened?
No, there is none. There is no
Like,
relevant mint that has happened. There is NFTs are not relevant. It was always a scam this entire time, and we've all just been fooled.
but is this what we've been waiting for the point where they've hit pure irrelevancy? Where it's like the fact nobody's even trying to do a mint like what they were in the past, it's like everybody has shifted their focus fully to something else. In my opinion, it's almost like the cleansing that the NFT market really needed after last cycle with the stigma that it got. And it really has an opportunity, I think, to be able to be rebuilt in a cleaner fashion on this way back up, right? Where it's healthier. There's some history with the market. There's some precedent. You know, you've got the old projects you're leaning on. You've got some others, but like it is. There's no way that every single one
This is definitely,
of there's no way
yeah, this is definitely the
yeah,
capitulation, capitulation we were looking for, dude. No doubt.
there's no way that every like I see some of y'all in this audience. I see some of y'all. And I see people on my timeline where they just talked about how good the art is and how much they believe in the art. There's no way that somehow maybe it was actually price that was keeping them and not the art, right? Like,
I mean, it's either capitulation or we truly are going to zero. I pray for the capitulation side of things. My bags are down
The
like
last big
80%.
mint, though. Yeah, the last big mint was that Yuga thing where they did like those weird little
oh
fucking
God.
characters or whatever the hell that was. That was the last big mint that was talked about, honestly. So super negative.
The only thing that's developed in NFTs recently is Machi dropped another new Ponzi with apes that got them to flip penguins again.
Did he?
Yeah, it's something.
Well,
That's
it's a
bullish.
Ponzi, but it's not a Ponzi, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
because he's not actually making any new supply. It was just a mechanic to be able to get people to lock up their apes in a contract and kind of fractionalize them without necessarily fractionalizing them. And there's an
yeah. And
argument
then
it's
hella
slightly
people were arbing them.
deflationary. What's that?
I said the hella people were arbing them at the very beginning because like some ratio was off or something, and people were printing mad ETH. Like when it first launched before like any announcement. And by people, I probably mean Machi and alt wallets. But yeah,
Brewster, I'm about
it's
to tweet out the
interesting.
Solith chart.
Left.
Um, no,
I thought I
that wasn't
tweeted a banger
interesting.
yesterday,
You did?
and I said I thought I did, but I
Post
guess I
it
just
or
haven't
pin it.
been. Guess I haven't been that active for it to get any traction.
Well,
I
hey,
planned it.
by the way, for those of y'all that are in the audience, we only have 10 legit submissions on the for the free stonk right now. 10. So, decent odds. If you want to win a free stonk, my pin tweet about the space, like and retweet. Stick around in the audience. Oh shoot, dude, it got a full 21 likes.
Yeah, not even retweetable, dude. I thought it was a banger. I was like, oh yeah, this one might pick up some steam. Nope. Actually had me rolling for like 30 minutes yesterday.
That's a good one, man. I might, before anybody sees it, just copy it and tweet it out and see. And like, if you really want to see how many likes / how good of a tweet it is, you just have to have me
Steal
steal
it,
the
bruv.
entire thing.
Steal it, bruv. I don't mind being a ghost tweet writer at this point. I'm just rolling with the punches here.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, if it doesn't get 100 likes within the first 5 minutes, I'm deleting it because it really is a shit tweet if that's the case. All right, we'll see. Do you think that you get there or not as a ghostwriter?
We'll see.
All right, 1 second. Dude, why won't it let me just? I'm literally trying to Control C plus Control V on
This
the
is all I've done for
iPhone.
the past few months, by the way, is give people money and give people tweets.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see real quick what ends up happening from this. But Rooster, I will say, from like a pure price perspective, even though Yuga's done everything they can to destroy punks, I don't think they're gonna destroy them completely. Like I think they're gonna find a way to come back. Um,
I don't
you
know,
know,
dude. One sold for fucking 20 ETH yesterday.
I know, I know. That's what I'm
That
saying.
was
Like,
like that was like my ultimate punk bid zone. And that's where I was like, yep, if we ever get to this price, I am grabbing at least one punk. And no, that did not happen. And also mostly because I lost all my punk money over the past few months.
all right, we'll see. I just tweeted it out, Rooster. We're gonna see who performs better.
I could have sold this panda 3 months ago. No, wait, what month is 4 months ago, and then bought that punk yesterday. The one alien panda. Now I probably couldn't even sell my entire panda portfolio for a punk.
Oh god, we're at one. We're at one repost and 2 likes. It might just be a shitty tweet.
It
Yeah,
could be. It could be.
yeah. It's at 1 and 6 right now. After a few seconds, it's not doing well.
To be fair, though, I mean your numbers ain't been that high the last year, anyways.
Have they not been? Dude, look through the past couple weeks. They're back up. They're back up, baby. You know why? Consistency. Um. Oh, yeah. Again, like it's
Well,
crazy.
also this tweet was hitting harder yesterday while we were racing towards zero, and not on the relief bounce. All right, so it's not as relatable. Timing is everything here.
Yeah, we're only up to 3 and 26. Don't worry, you've got another. Let's see, 4 minutes before this ends up making it to the chopping block. Oh, you're giving it a retweet. Okay.
Is there anything new in NFTs that I've missed? Honestly, does anyone in the audience have anything? Ordinals are dead as well, right? So it's obviously not about actually owning the image or not, because those are also dead. If you buy ordinals anytime between like January and the halving, you're absolutely decimated as well.
No, man. I mean, yeah, ordinals are decimated also. Yeah, ordinals were the only trendy, the real only sector that's been trendy in the NFT market. Like, it's crazy. As much as people talk about Soul, even Soul wasn't doing that great, right? Like, NFTs across the board have just been suffering.
Oh yeah, even the top collection on Solana, Mad Lads. I think they're still nuking right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it just shows you, like, it really is just in the heart. Well, you know what I kind of really think is going to happen with this too, then? I mean, dude, inevitably, the market itself is going to get to a point where people are finding confidence in every sector. I think what it's going to end up being is NFTs are just going to be a delayed bull market, kind of like what they were last time. Dude, think about like how the NFT bull market extended versus the crypto bear market, right? The NFT bull market extended until really May of 2022, up until the other side mint, before things really started to tank. And the crypto market topped out in November of 21. So again, looking at that, like I wouldn't be surprised if you have something similar again, where it's a little bit of an extended bull market past like the top of the USD prices, with NFTs again, and like it's just a lagging sector where it takes a little bit longer to pick up, takes a little bit longer before things are kind of at their peaks as well. But I still just do not believe that there is zero appetite left for this and that it will not come back, right? Like it is just a matter of when.
Full
There's
disclosure.
going to be something that sparks it.
Full disclosure. I mean, I'm directly in alignment with that, which is mainly the reason I haven't been cutthroat with my bags, especially NFTs, because I thought I curated a pretty decent collection for a bull market. I do think rares will have their time again across the board. Well, I think it will be the same as last cycle. I don't know. Mechanics are a little bit different. Floors are a lot more liquid. It just depends on how many collectors come out. But I do align with that. I'm more vocal about my displeasure of the current market for entertainment purposes only. Whether it be my wallet's activity or the words I say, I would still consider myself an on-chain comedian. And I do think NFTs will lag. Always knew they were. I didn't think they'd get decimated while things are going up. So that was a mistake on my part. But they'll have their time. They definitely will have their time.
All right, Rooster, I just tweeted out the Sol ETH ratio just to make you mad. Yeah, and by the way, the tweet, I feel like it deserves a delete. It's at 8:69. You know what? Screw it. I'll leave it. I don't like deleting tweets. Oh well. But yeah, the tweet wasn't the banger that I honestly thought it could have been too.
This timing was everything with that one. People had to be in max pain.
Yeah,
looking, freshly liquidated, looking for a meme just to rub salt in the wound, and that was that meme.
That's fair enough. No, I mean, dude, the way I'll put it is like this too. I mean, all the majors, when you think about it, we've had memes that have taken off left and right. But if anything, the memes of this cycle are like DeFi from last cycle, where DeFi was entering price discovery that whole summer prior, right? Like, and you can argue that DeFi had more utility, but let's be real, the majority of those DeFi tokens ended up just being memes with like a little bit more of a sophisticated Ponzi. So like the average DeFi that was shooting off, L1s hadn't really done anything throughout the summer of 2020. And I still think here, we haven't really seen the L1s outside of Sol do too much. The majors haven't really been insane. So, like in the middle of a bull market, all of these majors that are still semi-relevant, they're going to be hitting new all-time highs, right? Like we're just not there yet. So again, like betting on the ecosystems, betting on the overall like thesis for the halving, I think it's still the way to go. And there are a lot of people that think the mechanics are different this time, but like, same thing as the ETH ETF. There were a lot of people that said, oh, well, the fundamentals are so much better this time around for the ETH ETF than the BTC ETF, and we will see an immediate up only. And you're an idiot if you think otherwise, Cleo. And what happened? Like, we shit the bed. And a lot of those same people are all like, oh, well, if you look at the fundamentals, there are a lot of new things that were just added in that are way different. And we're probably actually at a top and we're going to go way down. Like, they're just price echo chambers, right? They are not able to formulate an original thought outside of the direction that the price is going in.
My true belief is we're still in the pre-com, man. Like we have trickled some bull market price action, but I don't think we actually go bull until we get a clean break above all-time highs with volume, right? And you see that one massive God candle right out that comes right after that. That's when you see the bull market start. Still gonna say we probably have Bitcoin dominance above 50% for a long, maybe the rest of the year, if not longer. Probably longer.
Maybe so, man. So I thought that I got a text from Hondo, and I did get a text from Hondo, but it was about something else.
What I really want to see is what happens when CZ gets out of jail a month from now. I think that'll be. I don't think it's going to be a nothing burger, honestly. I think it might be memeable into making something actually happen in the market. CZ getting out of jail. That might be one of the most bullish things I'm looking forward to in the next month.
I mean, but like, how relevant is CZ going to make himself again? I think that honestly, if I were CZ, I get it. I think he likes
Not
the ego. He likes the limelight. He likes being talked about. But dude, I would also just be tempted if I were him. As long as he's still got a decent bag, just step aside and like let shit ride.
no, I'm not even saying he has to do anything, tweet anything. I just meant the sentiment around his presence and his aura, right? Like,
But is he relevant enough at this point for that to really matter? I feel like, I don't see how he really is. I get that he can be. If he wanted to make himself, he easily could propel himself to that. But like, currently, is he? Outside of him doing something other than just getting out of jail?
man, this motherfucker just wants to shit on my bags all fucking morning.
Well, I will say this, bro. I do like, if it helps you any, he's getting out in like a little over a month. I mean, I think we bottomed either way. So, maybe you can chalk it up to CZ coming out. Maybe that's the reason we reverse. But like, I think we're gonna start sending here in the next month or two anyway. So, like, yeah, we'll just chalk it up to CZ getting out of jail. That's the reason. So I'll ride with it. Yeah, like the chart before the news, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess
The chart will tell you the news before it happens.
I guess our current market participants might be the majority of them might be a little too young or new for to really appreciate CZ and what he has done in the past.
I am curious your thoughts on something else kind of random that happened in the last week. The Justin Sun birthday picture. Why do you think that he used AI to create that picture? Like, there's got to be a reason, right? And I don't think he addressed it whatsoever, but like, why? And why so shitty?
He probably wanted to make it seem like his employees cared about him enough to throw him a birthday party. That would be my assumption.
Do you think they actually had a birthday party?
No, not if he used AI. Or unless he was like, oh, this would have been really good to have a picture of, but
Do you think he
no one
operates
took a
his own
picture.
account?
Um, That's a good question. After at this point, honestly, it doesn't seem like many people operate their own account at all.
Yeah, I think I'm a dumbass for operating my own account. Like at this point, I
Yeah,
shouldn't.
people think Iggy's operating her account. I mean, it's so easy to tell that it's not. But yeah, people are still fucking dick riding mother. Not as many. That token's also has seen it today on the chopping block.
Has
And
Iggy talked about Mother recently?
I don't even know. I don't fucking follow her.
I thought about that whenever I saw her. I saw clips of the interview with Red Guy and see the actual full one. How she was talking about how it's been the craziest and like some of the best weeks of her life, like going through with everything that happened with Mother. And at that point in time, let's see, what was the Mother market cap at kind of at that peak?
Wasn't it?
It hit like 250 million.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna say
she
like 300
probably
mil.
owned like 25 million of it, right? I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I assume she owned like a good chunk. Let's just say it was 10%, 25 mil. Easily could be more. I could see why in her head she's like, this is the best motherfucking like week of my entire life. I just made 25 mil. I haven't made 25 mil off anything recording, no tour, no anything else. All I had to do was just send out a few tweets, do an interview. Like,
But she didn't
hell
make fucking
yeah.
25 mil in her entire music career. Yeah, of course. Of
That's what I'm
course.
saying. She's like, hell yeah, this is incredible. I love crypto. I got all these people that are just standing for me right now. All I got to do is just say that I believe in this. Yeah, I believe. Like, I got that 25 mil in my wallet. Like, and then, fast forward a few weeks. Oh, that 25 mil is a little over 4 mil. At that point, not just that, rather than getting on and seeing love every time you hop on the timeline, you start seeing hate. And well, Iggy, you should burn this. Iggy, you should do that. Iggy, you should, and you start feeling the weight and the pressure of it. You're like, okay, I mean, this is still good. Guess what? When it breaks down again, so you delete your socials, you delete all that. Take what little you have off the table and realize that your obligations for your legal expenses are probably going to outweigh what your tokens are even worth.
Oh, did
Like,
you see the fucking DJT token just plummeted 99%?
see
The
what?
the alleged token that was connected with Barron Trump plunged, like, had a 99% red candle today.
Oh no, I did not. I like what I thought that was. I thought Skrelly's token rugged.
Yeah, that is that.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, minus 88% right now. Liquidity 6.4 million FDV. Liquidity is $4,000. That's impressive.
Dang.
And someone just bought 1 minute ago.
That's well. I mean, if the liquidity is like $4,000, it takes like a few $100 to pump it 10%, right? Like, so you're going to see fat green candles left and right if anybody really wants to try to do something. So they didn't just rug the token. You're telling me they like pulled liquidity too.
Yeah, how long do you think before Skrelly goes to jail?
I listened to him talking on a little clip for with Thread Guy, and it was the most cringe thing. How you'll address me as God. You'll address me as
dude. That I did see that as well.
like, dude.
What a weirdo.
I didn't like the guy based on what I had, read about what he did with the drug market, et cetera, et cetera. But at the same time, you could almost argue, well, yeah, maybe he doesn't have a soul, but it was a business move, and he did what he did, and like, he likes money. But then I listen to that, and I'm like, this guy really is just some other kind of deranged. doesn't care about anybody but himself. Like, yeah. So
your answer is not long before he goes back to jail.
I mean, we'll see.
Dude, the funniest shit that happened a couple days ago, or maybe yesterday or the day before. I think it was right before everything started nuking. Zach XBT followed Icebag's new account. Followed Bag's new account. Bags was like tweeted. He's like, "Uh-oh!" And then immediately after, Inverse Bra followed Bags' new account. And I was like, "Oh, here it comes!" I was like, "Here it comes!"
Wait, followed whose new account?
Bags' new account.
Dude, what is this new account?
Let me look. It's like Bagsy Bag something or some shit.
There's Bagsy.
Okay, it's Bagsy Bags 1321 with Z's, obviously. You'll be able to see his head in the PFP.
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I was like, "Oh, no way." I was like, "No way, this is about to happen right now." Amidst of everything else nuking, I was like, "No way is Bags about to get hit with the Zach XPT."
I mean, Zach followed his old account. Like,
No, I know. It wasn't. It obviously was nothing anything serious. I mean, if anybody knows Bags, he'd be the last fucking person to rug on CT. But it was just funny in the moment.
oh, yeah. I mean, like Zach following people, I do think it's funny how it's always made into such a big deal. There are some people where you look at it and you're like, okay, there might be a reason for this, but then there's some where it's like, okay, there's nothing going on. But every time you can still make it into a joke. Okay, let's see this. I'm about to do the spin for the Stonk prize here in a second. So y'all stay ready for that. I've just got to figure out this website real quick. Let's see.
Oh, two guppies did get picked up last night.
I saw
checked the
that.
buyer yet. I feel
All
like it
right,
was
you
B-Waves.
ready? And the winner is shout out Pick God. Wait,
Pick God.
is Pick God in here? No fucking way.
R.I.P. Rip. Rip God.
Dude, no way. Okay. I feel bad, but rules are rules. Officially, right? Like,
God damn.
give him a hard time about this.
Oh,
But,
3 guppies were picked up yesterday.
I mean, I'm sorry, Pick God. Like, rules are rules. If you are not here, you do not win it. So, on to the next one. All right. 1 second.
Dang, someone who owns 3 mutants bought a guppy and it's their only other NFT. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
All right. You ready? All right. And winner is E. Charles.
Ooh,
Charles.
Charles.
All right, sweet. Got a Pengu.
I think I'll just
OG
message him and
stock
said
holder.
it.
All righty. Congrats on the W. I will DM you right now for your ETH wallet. And if any of you dumbasses try to make a fake eCharles account, one, I already have the real one in the DMs and I'm talking to him. Two, you're just a terrible person. Like, trying to scam somebody for, like, for a free stonk right now is just like bottom of the barrel, terrible, desperate moves. Like, and I almost respect the lengths that some people will go to create a fake account in like a few minutes, try to imposter the person, and then try to get the DM for the stop. But like, just question your life choices at that point and be better. Because again, if you are somehow going to try to impersonate him at this point, you're listening to this space. I haven't tweeted it out. So this is just a call to not just morality, but a call to a better life for you, where you will be way more productive spending that effort that you're trying to do scamming, doing something else more productive. I believe in you. Rooster may not, but I do. But all right, I'm sending. All right, E. Charles, boom! I just sent it to you. I'm just kidding. I have not yet, but I'm gonna send you. All right, I am actually gonna do it right after this. Rooster, you got anything else for us before I end up wrapping this up today?
No. Nope. I pray everybody's bags go up all simultaneously.
All right, y'all. It was real. It was fun. Thanks again for tuning in. We will see y'all next time. Take it easy.